Hello and welcome. Today we are spotlighting two inspiring moms who truly have demonstrated the power of community. It was just one simple social media post that sparked it
Mhm.
all, and it really allowed them to rally their community to help those affected by Hurricane Helene, most specifically in Burnsville, North Carolina, which is located about 40 miles northeast of Asheville. So joining us today are Rhonda and Robyn. And you're here today to share with us how your efforts have made a difference and how moms like us can take action too. So I really appreciate you
Mhm.
sharing a little bit of your journey. So, Rhonda, to start off with you, what inspired you to put that social media post out there?
Yeah, so we have family nearby Asheville, and so they reached out to us and they were just kind of keeping us in the loop of, the updates down there, how devastating it is, and just some of the local needs. So then I initially just put a post out looking for some blankets so that when I send out a shipment to go help them, we'll have more blankets, make it more worthwhile. But yeah, so just hearing firsthand and having family there really kind of made it feel closer to home. So I think that really is what prompted it.
And then you had this response. People were just responding quickly, or did it kind of trickle in and all of a sudden this was just like a burst of overwhelming volunteering?
It was 2 hours tops when it went from um, just a regular post that I thought wouldn't generate too much to basically an overwhelming response of people just really wanting and waiting to help.
And Robyn, at what point did it go from, hey, we can ship a couple things to no, we need to do something bigger? And what did that look like? What did that bigger look like for you?
When I saw my sister's post and the response that she was getting, that's when I knew that this was going to be more than just shipping a couple boxes in the mail to our cousin down in the area.
So, to give people an idea of how many items you actually had to transport from Minnesota down to North Carolina, what are we looking at?
Oh, it's over 5,000 pounds. We actually overloaded the trailer and had to take a little bit out and be a little bit more strategic with what we took down there, what their actual needs were. So we have a 23-foot enclosed trailer that's about 7 feet tall, and floor to ceiling, wall to wall was absolutely packed as heavy as you can get it.
And Robyn, during that trip out east, talk about rolling into town and throughout the trip. What did it look like, and what was the general feeling of people in town?
When we got to, I think it was Johnson City, Tennessee, which is just north of the North Carolina border, that's when we really started seeing some of the effects of Hurricane Helene. They were downstream, so you could see all of the trees that had just washed down river, even some rooftops laying on the side of the road. And when I say some, there's just piles and piles and piles of these logs. It had washed out a portion of the interstate down there as well. So what was really impactful for me and that kind of hit home that we were entering that, the devastated areas is being the only vehicle on the road. We're driving on these interstates through these vibrant communities, and it's a ghost town. There was nobody around. So that was a little bit, disheartening to see, very sad. But when we got to Burnsville, there was 3 or 4 different locations set up within a mile that were taking donations. The fire station, an abandoned school where we had dropped off, where the local community came and organized a distribution center. So driving in and just seeing piles and piles of water and boxes of diapers and all of the goods getting ready to go out, just kind of gave me chills when we drove in there.
Have you been able to hear firsthand how any of these specific donations have impacted people living in that area specifically?
Yes, our cousin Morgan, who is lives in that area and works with the relief efforts, she's sending us stories every day about your blankets went to this person, or today I dropped off 11 of your blankets to a family, or this mom picked up these diapers. So yeah, every day we're getting those stories from our cousin, which is
Mm.
it's good to see.
Absolutely. And the final question, Rhonda. So if there's moms watching this at home and they're kind of feeling like they don't know what to do or how to take action, maybe they feel like they're too busy or don't have the resources to do something, what would be that piece of encouragement that you would leave them with?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think that, there's never any act too small to do or to even start with. So don't hesitate or second guess yourself or think this won't matter, my time won't matter, or my item won't matter, because really, I mean, even my initial thought was relatively small when you look at the big picture and the help that they do need down there. My act of blankets was, just blankets, and that's helpful, but it's also just a small step. But then once that started and others kind of heard, it really just kind of gets the ball rolling. And once you start something, then it inspires others. And then so I guess my piece of advice would just be, if you're thinking of something, even if it's small, just do it. If you don't think it's possible, don't be afraid to ask and reach out for help.
Awesome. Well, ladies, thank you so much for taking time to share your story. And what an awesome reminder that one small action step really can spark a movement of people to band together for a common purpose. And if you're at home and you're wanting to figure out how you can get involved, I do know of one organization specifically that is boots on the ground helping with hurricane relief. Just go to convoyofhope.org and search under disaster services. And this is such a great reminder that together we can do great things and encourage each other.